Hey, Joe here with another quick disc review. We have Joey behind the camera. I picked up an MVP Reactor. It's a new mid-range by MVP in the Neutron plastic. It's a 5.5, -0.5, 1.5 for its flight numbers. Online, I've seen a lot of people comparing it to another MVP mid-range, the Matrix. I've got a Matrix here in the Neutron plastic as well. After throwing them a little bit, I can see why they compare them. They're very, very similar. For me, these two discs, they do fly similar. Probably the Reactor is a little bit straighter. The Matrix is slightly more overstable, but they're really close. So close that I actually got my calipers out. I wanted to do some comparisons because they feel the same. They've got very similar profiles. They fly very similar. So I wanted to see how close they actually were. We're at 13.58 millimeters for the rim width. That was off a little bit. And 13.44, so less than a millimeter of difference in width. And depth, 14.83 millimeters for the Matrix. And 14.57 millimeters for the Reactor. They're really, really similar. Bring the camera in a little closer, Joe. We'll get a close-up. You can see how close they are in the bevel there, and even how domey they are. They're really, really similar. The Reactor might be slightly flatter, but that could just be this particular disc. It's really hard to tell any difference at all between them. There is slight differences in the flight, and I'll show that to you now. Let's give them a couple throws. All right. First, the Reactor with a slight headwind. Try to throw it with a flat release. Very straight. Very straight. The Matrix, again, headwinds died down a little bit, but just threw it a second ago, so very similar. Try to throw a flat release. Again, very straight, but just a little bit more of a finish at the end. A little bit more left finish, very slightly more overstable. I'm going to throw them back with the opposite wind.
All right, slight hyzer throw. Nice soft landing. Again, slight hyzer.
All right, so that was with a flat release, then with a slight hyzer release into the basket. Now we'll try one with a little bit of an anhyzer. We'll go with the Reactor first. So it holds really nice with a little bit of fade out at the end. Nice flat, soft finish. Try the same shot if I can do it with the Matrix. Yeah, again, holds for a while. I could have thrown that one a little harder, I suppose, but it's a very similar flight path. So, having thrown them both, done the measurements, I don't see the Reactor replacing my Matrix. They fly very similarly for me. Maybe for somebody who throws a little harder, a little faster, maybe they see a little bit more difference in them. But for my arm speed, I'm thinking the Matrix is probably going to stay in the bag. But the Reactor's a great disc, so maybe check it out. Thanks for watching.